All right.
Yo, what's up, TUTV? I'm Jono Rice.
I'm Wes Addington. Thanks for watching, guys. Yeah, Jono, I like your fit today.
Yo, I appreciate
what are you wearing?
it, Wes. Hey,
Yeah.
well, you know, I gotta give y'all the OOTD, I guess. Yeah, I got these PacSun pants, Champion, a crossbody, got my Lambda Chi shirt on with the Patagonia hat, you already know. Oh, and of course, my nails designed by Kate Kohler herself.
Sweet, yeah, love to see it.
Definitely. Oh, yeah, and your fit. You gotta tell me about this.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I like the aglets on your shoes. Like the
Oh
little,
yeah, these things are beautiful.
the
You know,
metal hat.
metal or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
no, I mess with it.
And we have the Air Force One highs. I've had these for like 4 years now, but they're still some of the most comfortable shoes I have.
Valid.
Paired with the Dickies skateboarders.
As you should.
And
All
then
right.
I have the Fairwind tactical belt. I'll show you guys. And then we got the Uniqlo oversized tee.
Valid.
So, yeah.
All right, nice.
All right, so we've shown some great fits, and now we're going to transition into a great show. Thanks for watching.
All right, peace out, y'all.
Welcome to TUTV. I'm Joe McCurdy.
And I'm Sarah, and we have some exciting stories for you this week, so let's get started. Iranian authorities say that they are limiting internet access until, quote, calm is restored in the streets, end quote, according to a CNN article published this past week. Thousands of Iranians have taken to the streets in protest since the death last week of 22-year-old Mahsa Amini, who was apprehended in Tehran and taken to a re-education center, apparently for not wearing her hijab properly. Since this past Friday, protests have taken place in at least 40 cities nationwide, and at least 1,200 protesters have been arrested, according to the CNN article. In an effort to limit the spread of the news by journalists, the Iranian authorities have stated that they are planning on limiting internet access throughout the nation. Other measures include the government mobilizing its supporters in mass rallies following Friday's prayers. Officials are dismissing the demonstrators as rioters and foreign agents. Both the Army and the powerful Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps will be deployed to deal with the protests.
As Tropical Storm Ian approaches Florida's west coast, AccuWeather said the storm could reach Category 4 status, which could mean sustained winds between 130 and 156 miles per hour. Bethune-Cookman University has ordered an evacuation this past weekend, and many other universities in the area are expected to follow suit, according to an article written by USA Today. President Joe Biden also declared an emergency for the state, authorizing the Department of Homeland Security and the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, to coordinate disaster relief efforts and provide assistance to protect lives and property.
Julie Chin, a television news anchor in Oklahoma, was telling viewers about a local event connected to the now scrubbed launch of the Artemis 1 rocket over the weekend when all of a sudden she was struggling to speak. Fortunately, her coworkers recognized that Ms. Chin was suffering a medical emergency and immediately called 911. Their swift actions turned out to be critical as the TV anchor experienced what doctors later said were most likely, quote, the beginnings of a stroke, end quote, according to a Facebook post from Chin. Dr. Neil Schwartz, director of the Young Stroke Program at the Stanford Stroke Center, and Ms. Chin's doctor said in an interview that, quote, when people have stroke-like symptoms, we don't want them to go back to sleep or wait until Monday to tell their doctor, end quote. He then continued to say that, quote, it's better to err on the side of caution like Ms. Chin and her colleagues have, end quote.
The U.S. Preventative Services Task Force has recommended for the first time that doctors screen all adult patients under 65 for anxiety. The advisory group said the guidance was intended to help prevent mental health disorders from going undetected and untreated for years or even decades. It made a similar recommendation for children and teenagers earlier this year. This recommendation comes at a time of, quote, critical need, end quote, said Lori Pibert, a clinical psychologist and professor at the University of Massachusetts Chan Medical School, who serves on the task force. Dr. Pibert further said in closing that it's a crisis in this country. Our only hope is that our recommendations throw a spotlight on the need to create greater access to mental health care and urgency.
A new modeling study produced by astronomers from MIT states that a missing moon from Saturn is what has contributed to the planet's signature tilt and rings. The team proposes that Saturn, which today hosts 83 moons, once harbored at least one more, an extra moon that the team has named Chrysalis. The group estimates that Chrysalis became unstable and came too close to its planet in a grazing encounter that pulled the satellite apart. The loss of the moon was enough to remove Saturn from Neptune's grasp and leave it with the present-day tilt. While most of Chrysalis's shattered body may have made impact with Saturn, a fraction of its fragments could have remained suspended in orbit, eventually breaking into small icy chunks to form the planet's signature rings. So I don't know about you, but I have been seeing a lot of TikToks about Florida students having to evacuate their colleges due to the hurricane.
Yes, I mean, it's really unfortunate what's happening down there, and, I feel like as Golden Hurricanes ourselves, we can't really speak on that too much, but, it's really unfortunate. I hope everybody stays safe, so.
Yeah, we definitely are showing our support as the Golden Hurricane, but it's good to see students making light of a really awful situation and still trying to find, the fun in like a really terrible situation, especially having to evacuate all the way back home if they're, from far away. I can't imagine being in Florida and being an Oklahoma student and trying to figure out where to be.
It's completely different down there.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Hi guys, welcome back to TUTV. We have another interview for you this week. I'm here with Dr. Rivers, who's been a music and film professor at TU for as long as I can remember. Dr. Rivers, how long exactly have you been at TU, and what are some of the positions that you've held during your time here?
Well, first, thank you, Wes, for inviting me to do an interview and to talk with you and to your audience. I arrived at TU in 1984, in the fall of 1984, with my cat. Had a cat at the time, and so he or she helped me to make the journey. And then I became a music professor and taught music theory for 20 years. First 20 years I was at TU. And during that time, I achieved tenure in 1990, and I also was a graduate music advisor. We had a master's program at that time, and I coordinated the music theory program and ear training program. And then around 2000, 2003, by the way, we did a lot of performances of my music along the way, because I not only taught music theory, I also taught some composition, but also composed a lot. We even did a ballet here at TU that I had composed in the 90s.
Wow, I never knew that.
So it was, I don't know if it was the first ballet that was done. It certainly predated the Tulsa ballet performances in recent years. And we did it at Kendall Hall. And then in 2003, Dr. Joseph Kessner, who was forming the founder of the film program here at TU, asked if I wanted to start a film scoring program. And I said I was very interested, and I eventually became part of the film program, the Department of Film Studies, as one of the professors when it was formed right about that time, right in 2004 or somewhere in that time frame. And so I went off to NYU and then later to UCLA and did a lot of workshops and scored some films myself, even recently up until the present, and began to study how best to teach film scoring to students so that they can, if they want to pursue a career in composing music for film, or if they're filmmakers and they want to know how to work with composers, how to choose music for their film, especially original music, to make their film projects especially unique and original. And so that has been my goal in pursuing this area of film scoring and developing the program here.
You have an upcoming performance that is very exciting, and the reason why we brought you in here today. So your concert entitled Dreams, Elegies, and Catfights is going to debut on October 4th at 7:30 p.m. in Gusman Concert Hall in the Lauren Performance Center. What was the inspiration behind that concert, and especially that name that I'm sure is drawing a lot of attention?
Oh, sure. Well, let's deal with the first part first, and I'll leave the juicy part for last. Dreams refer to, and I tried to pick titles that would fit most of the pieces. Dreams would refer to some of the pieces that focus on the future or that point to the future. And then the second, Elegies, some of the music has a sort of elegiac mode of style to them, or the text, particularly vocally. But there's one piece called Elegy for Babi-Yar, which was composed or commissioned by the Jewish Federation for the Holocaust remembrance one year. Then finally, Catfights refers to the piece, sort of a classic piece that was done all over this area at the public schools. It was commissioned to be performed by a woodwind trio called A Portrait of a Cat. And that portrait of a cat is a portrait of the cat that followed me here to Tulsa. I named her Sweetheart because she was a very affectionate cat. And this piece will add a little bit lighter touch to the concert. After all, I have a few serious pieces with it too.
Do you have an accompanying message that you'd like to leave with TUTV, with this interview, to go along with this last concert that you're presenting?
Certainly. First, I would like to say that my idea for the concert was to give a gift to the community, sort of a thank you for the blessing, the opportunity, for the wonderful collaborations I've enjoyed here at TU over the last 38 years.
Well, thank you for that message, and thank you for the gift of this concert to the TU community. And thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to come talk to us at TUTV.
No sports.
Hi, welcome to TUTV. I'm Catherine.
And I'm Aiden. We got some exciting stories this week, so let's jump right into it. Tulsa football suffered their second loss for the season after falling short against number 16 Ole Miss in Oxford. After starting the game with 7 completions and 113 passing yards and 1 touchdown, Davis Brin went down in the second quarter with a supposed ankle injury, was absent for the rest of the game. With Brin out of the remainder for the game, redshirt freshman Braxton took over on offense, finishing the game 9 for 22 passing yards with 83 yards with a touchdown and an interception. After giving up 35 points in the first half, the Tulsa defense held strong in the second half, not allowing a single score. Still, the offense wasn't able to take advantage of the stops and couldn't find the end zone in the final minutes, losing by a singular possession with a final score of 35-27. Going into a rematch at home versus Cincinnati this Saturday, it will be interesting to see how the teams will evaluate the matchup, with the health of Davis Brin still unknown.
Tulsa men's soccer get 2 big ranked wins this past week, with shutout wins against number 16 Missouri State and number 10 Charlotte. Junior Malik Henry Scott and senior Alex Meinhard both scored in back-to-back games, closing out the week with 2 goals each. After the loss to FIU, the Golden Hurricane were hungry for a morale boost going into conference play, and with the wins over these 2 teams, they'll regain the momentum that they had at the beginning of the season. On top of the win, Henry Sage and Alex Lopez were tabbed as the week's Defensive Player of the Week and Goalkeeper of the Week, respectively. They will play on the road against UAB this Friday before returning to Tulsa to play FAU at home on the following Wednesday.
Tulsa women's volleyball finished their homestand 2-0 with wins over in conference opponents ECU and Temple. Friday's match versus ECU showed to be a challenge for the Golden Hurricane. After winning the first 2 sets of the match, it looked like a shoe-in victory for Tulsa, but ECU took the momentum back, winning the 3rd and 4th sets. Tulsa grabbed the energy back, however, winning the fifth set 15-6. In their match against Temple, it was all Tulsa. Winning in straight sets, it was an all-around effort for the Golden Hurricane. Senior Kaylee Cassidy finished the match with 22 kills, earning her third straight AAC honor roll in the season. They go back on the road this Friday, facing off against USF and UCF this weekend.
The University of Tulsa's men cross-country team competed with some of the top teams in the nation, taking 5th place at the Cowboy Jamboree on the OSU cross-country course Saturday morning. It was a preview of the national championship as the number 6 Golden Hurricane placed just behind the top 4 teams in the nation. Next up for the Golden Hurricane is the Chili Pepper Festival, hosted by the University of Arkansas in Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Tulsa women's golf made their first appearance of the season in the Green Wave Fall Classic. Senior Lily Thomas carded a tournament best rounded of the 7 under 65 and leading the Tulsa women's golfer to a third-place finish. For the first time in Tulsa history, all of the Golden Hurricane golfers shot under par for a tournament. The Golden Hurricane finished with a final round 8 under par, 280 for a 54-hole total score of 26 under 238 with Lily Thomas, individually placing third among participants.
So, the football match, did you watch it the weekend?
I did not, but I heard it was really close.
Yeah, it's such a shame to hear about Davis Brin's injury,
Yeah.
but really exciting for the redshirt freshman.
I mean, yeah, like that. Ole Miss was like, top 16 in the nation, so I'm really proud of TU. So.
Yeah, and I'm excited for the game this weekend. There's actually a Oktoberfest tailgate that I'm hearing about, so that's really exciting. So you guys should check it out if you can. Hopefully we can come back and win. Do you think we can? Do you think we have a shot?
Oh, definitely. No, we're gonna win. It's a guarantee.
Sorry, I shouldn't be questioning us.
Yeah,
no. Definitely check it out if you can, guys. And that's all we have time for this week. Thanks for watching.
Hello and welcome back. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Sarah. Let's get right into it. Olivia Wilde's highly anticipated sophomore film, Don't Worry Darling, made its theatrical debut this past Friday. The film has a star-studded cast including big names like Florence Pugh, Harry Styles, and Chris Pine. Don't Worry Darling also received a 5-minute standing ovation at the 79th Venice Film Festival on September 7th. Despite this, the film received overwhelmingly poor reviews, with critic Hua Tran Bui writing, quote, "Don't Worry Darling wants to be a transhumanist Truman Show, but ends up playing out more like a mostly okay episode of Black Mirror," end quote. Despite poor reviews and a shockingly low 35% on Rotten Tomatoes, the film had an impressive opening weekend, raking in $19.2 million.
The 24th season of reality competition Big Brother has come to an end with a historic victory in its 22nd year. On Sunday, Taylor Hale became the first black woman to win a regular season of Big Brother. After making Big Brother history as the first black female winner, she made history again, becoming the first ever contestant to win both champion and America's favorite house guest, earning a grand total of $800,000 in prize money. When asked what it means to be the first black female winner in an interview with Entertainment Weekly, Taylor said, quote, "My purpose for coming to this game was so much bigger than just Taylor Hale playing. It was so much bigger than just trying to make a name for myself. There was a bigger moment for me that I knew and that I had to fulfill, and somehow I ended up pulling it off," end quote.
Rihanna has been announced as the headliner for the 2023 Super Bowl halftime show. The halftime show will be Rihanna's first live performance since February of 2019. The singer has also not released any new music since her album Anti in 2016. Many fans are hopeful that Rihanna's Super Bowl performance will lead to new music and performances. During her hiatus, Rihanna launched her highly successful cosmetics line Fenty Beauty in 2017 and her lingerie line Savage X Fenty in 2018. Fans hope that this halftime performance signals a shift away from her brand and back to her music.
Joe Biden surprised Sir Elton John with the National Humanities Medal in honor of his advocacy in the fight against HIV/AIDS. The singer was moved to tears on Friday night as President Biden surprised him with the medal after a performance on the White House lawn. John received the award in recognition of his work to end AIDS and assist those living with the condition through the Elton John AIDS Foundation. Since its establishment in 1992, the Elton John AIDS Foundation has raised over $600 million to support HIV-related programs in 55 different countries. John said, quote, "We are striving for a future where people of all races, ethnicities, nationalities, sexual orientations, and gender identities have the opportunity to live free from AIDS, stigma, injustice, and maltreatment. And I'm so grateful. Recognition like this brings us a step closer to making that a reality." End quote. So, exciting news to hear from you. I heard that you're going to go see Elton John this weekend.
I am. So Friday I'm going to see Elton John in Dallas with my parents. We've been planning this for a couple of years. We were supposed to go in like 2020. That didn't happen, obviously. So we're finally going. I'm so excited. It's his farewell tour, so I'm really happy I get the chance to see such an iconic person. Because, like, you know, there's a lot of artists I wish I could see, but you just can't anymore. So I'm so excited.
Yeah, that's really exciting. I'm not going to go, but I will plug for any of those who have been sleeping on Rihanna's music for a little while because she hasn't released anything new. Just go check out her, like, This Is playlist on Spotify. Only bangers.
Okay.
Only good music.
I will listen to it because
really good.
I only know, like, a couple Rihanna songs from, like, childhood. So, like, I couldn't even tell you a name of a Rihanna song. It's kind of embarrassing.
I'm going to the gym after this recording and probably going to throw some on
Yes.
just to work out too.
Maybe when I'm cleaning my house, I'll play some Rihanna and I'll give her a chance.
It gets the blood pumping.
Yes,
for
I'm
sure. All right.
We'll see you guys next week. That's all, folks.
Hi. Yeah. Thanks for getting this far in the show with us, guys. Shout out to Elton John for all that money raised. That's incredible.
Yes.
And also shout out to Rihanna at the upcoming Super Bowl.
Ooh,
Which songs are you most excited to see?
Ooh, I'm ready to hear Rude Boy. Come in, Rude Boy. I'm not going to obviously sing all of it for you all, but sorry. Yeah, Rude Boy is my favorite Rihanna song, by the way, in case you didn't know.
Yeah. Right on. Yeah. I would love to see, Anti is like, just like such an incredible album. Like any song from that would be a banger.
No, that'll be a fun.
Kiss It Better is legendary, but I feel like it probably
Mm.
won't make it into the set.
It might not. I'd be kind of devastated if it didn't, but you know, that is probably my favorite song off that album. So, no, Auntie's really good.
I mean, she has such an assembly of, I mean, like, there's 1,000 different songs. Yeah. What if she did Lemon?
Wow.
That would be kind of sick.
That would be,
that
okay.
Would be
I'd be down for a Lemon moment.
Yeah,
no, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Now she has some really good, like, in her longevity as an artist, I'm amazed, honestly. Just like took a 7-year break and it's just, saying, hey, I'm back. Get ready. I'm ready. So,
yeah. So last year we had Kendrick Lamar as one of the performers.
Yeah.
And just a couple months after that, he released his very long anticipated new album. Are you optimistic that we might have new music on the way from Rihanna, or is this going to be another bait and switch?
I'm really hoping she might, I don't know, give us either a sample of like a new single or maybe just put like a new single in her set list for the Super Bowl. That'd be great. I don't know though. It's Rihanna, unpredictable. You never know. I'm looking forward to it regardless.
Who would be like another dream artist of yours, like any artist in the world that you'd want to see perform at the Super Bowl?
Okay, I almost said The Weeknd, but that has already happened. So I'm gonna go with my guilty pleasure, Ariana Grande. I would love to have Ariana Grande Super Bowl show. I think that would go.
I guess she
so
hasn't
well.
performed. Yeah, it almost seems like she already has. But no, you're right.
She has not yet. It's actually kind of incredible that she hasn't yet. So it's like, wow, we gotta get on that definitely. Yeah. Well, y'all, we had a great time here at TUTV today. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, and just for our upcoming show, we're going to be partnering with the gubernatorial candidate event at TU later in this week. So keep your eyes out for that from TUTV in the coming days. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
All right, peace.